चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले सायं रूपा कदा मायं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। हे गोपी हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपति गोपीशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कंचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषाभानु सुते देवी पराममि हरि प्रिये वंशकल्प तरुभस्य कृपे सिंधुवच्च एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। युत्स मानन वीक्ष्यहं यतेस्त्र समागत धातराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धेर्द्वि प्रियचि किरीटशव युत्सामानन those who will be fighting Avikshe, let me see, aham, I, a, who, it, eti, those, atra, here, samagata, assemble, Dhritarashtrasya, for the son of Dhritarashtrasya, Dhuruvudaya, evil-minded, Yudhaya, in the fight, Priya, well, Chikrishava, wishing. Let me see those who have come here to fight, wishing to please the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Purport. It was an open secret that Duryodhana wanted to usurp the kingdom of the Pandavas by evil plans in collaboration with his father Dhritarashtra. Therefore, all persons who had joined the side of Duryodhana must have been birds of the same feather. Arjuna wanted to see them on the battlefield before the fight was begun, just to learn who they were, but he had no intention of proposing peace negotiations with them. It was also a fact that he wanted to see them to make an estimate of the strength which he had to face, although he was quite confident of victory because Krishna was sitting by his side. Sanjay Uvacha एवं मुक्तो ऋषिकेशो गुड़ा केशेन भारत सेनोर्यु भयोर्मध्ये स्थापयुक्ता रथोत्तम 24। संजय उवाच एवं युक्तो ऋषिको गुणाकेश भरत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये स्थापित रथोत्तमम्। Sandhya Uvacha, Sanjaya said, even thus Ekta addressed Rishikesha, Lord Krishna, Gunakesha by Arjuna, Bharata, or descendant of Bharata, Senaya of the armies, Uvaya, both Madhya in the midst, Sthapita, Sthapayitva, placing Ratha Uttamam, the fine chariot. Sanjaya said, O descendant of Bharata, having thus been addressed by Arjuna, Lord Krishna drew up in the fine chariot in the midst of the armies of both parties. Purport: in this verse, Arjuna is referred to as Gunakesa. Gunakesa means slave, and one who conquers sleep is called Gunakesa. Sleep also means ignorance. So Arjuna conquered both sleep and ignorance because of his friendship with Krishna. As a great devotee of Krishna, he could not forget Krishna even for a moment, because that is the nature of a devotee, either in walking or in sleep. A devotee of the Lord can never be free from thinking of Krishna's name, from qualities and pastimes. Thus, a devotee of Krishna can conquer both sleep and ignorance simply by thinking of Krishna constantly. This is called Krishna consciousness or samadhi. As Rishikesha, or the director of the senses and mind of every living entity, Krishna could understand Arjuna's purpose in placing the chariot in the midst of the armies. Thus, he did so and spoke as follows. भीष्म द्रोण प्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महीक्षिताम् उवाच पार्श्व उवाच पार्थ पश्येतान् स वेतान् वेतान्तकुरुनिति 25 भीष्म द्रोण प्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महीस्तान् उवाच पार्थ पश्यत्यं समवेतान् Kuru iti Bhishma, grandfather Bhishma, Drona, the teacher Drona, Pramuktaha, in front of Sarvesham, all, Cha also, Mahi Sitam, ships of the world, Vacha said, Partha, O son of Pritha, Pasya, just behold, Etam, all of them, Samavetan, assembled, Kurun, the members of the Kuru dynasty iti thus in the presence of Bhishma, Drona, and all the other chieftains of the world, the Lord said, just behold, Partha, all the Kurus assembled here. Purport: as the super soul of all the living entities, Krishna, Lord Krishna could understand what was going in the mind of Arjuna. Now, what did Krishna mean when he told Arjuna to behold the Kurus? Did Arjuna want to stop there and fight and not fight? Krishna never expected such thing from the son of his aunt Partha. The mind of Arjuna was thus predicted by the Lord in friendly joking. Tatra pasya pasyan pasyatistan tan partha pitrinatha pitamahan acharyan mantula भ्रातीन पुत्र नौपत्रां सा खिरस्तास्ता शुश्रूरांसु हृदयस्यैव सेनयोरु भयोरूपी तत्र there अपश्यत् he could see स्थितान् standing Prarthana Arjuna Pitrin fathers Atha also Pitamaha grandfathers Acharya and teachers Matulan maternal uncles Bhratran brothers Putran sons Pautran grandsons Sakhin friends Tatha two Savarsaran fathers-in-law Sudra all Vaisars Cha also Eva certainly Shenayo of the armies Ubaya of the both parties Api including there Arjuna could see within the midst of the armies of the both parties his fathers, grandfathers, teachers, maternal uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, friends, and also his fathers in law and well wishers. Purport on the battlefield, Arjuna could see all kinds of relatives. He could see persons like Bhurishrava, Bhurishrava, who were his father's contemporaries, grandfather Bhishma and Somadatta, teachers like Dronacharya and Kripacharya, maternal uncles like Salya and Sakuni, brothers like Duryodhana, sons like Lakshmana, friends like Aswathama, well-wishers like Kritvarma, etc. He could see all. He could see also the armies which contained many of his friends. 27. Tansa Miksha Ta Ta Kaunteya Sarvan Bandhuna Vasthitan Kripaya Parya Visto Visida Nidam Bravita Tan Samiksha Sa Kaunteya Sarvana Bandhuna Avasthitan Kripaya Paryavisto Vishi Vishidan Idam Arva Abravit. Then all of them, Samiksha, after seeing saw he Kaunteya, the son of Kunti, Sarvana, all kinds of Bandhun relatives, Avasthitan, situated, Kripaya by compassion, Paraya of a high grade, Avasthita, overwhelmed, which them while lamenting Idam thus Abravit spoke. When the son of Kunti, Arjuna, saw all these different grades of friends and relatives, he became overwhelmed with compassion and he spoke thus. 28. Arjuna Vacha Dvasmevam Swadanam Krishna Yutsum Samupasthitam Siddhanti Mama Gatrani Mukhamacha Parishrushyati. Arjuna Uvacha. Arjuna said, Dhritarashtra, Drishtva, after seeing Imam, all these Swajanam, kinsmen, Krishna, O Krishna, Yutsam, in all of fighting spirit, Samupasthitam, present, Siddhanti are quivering Mama, my Gatrani, limbs of the body, Mukham, mouth, Cha, also, Pari, Parishusyati is drying up. Arjuna said, My dear Krishna, seeing my friends and relatives present before me in such a fighting spirit, I feel the limbs of my body quivering, my mouth drying up. Purport: Any man who has genuine devotion on the Lord has all the good qualities which are found in godly persons or in the demigods, whereas the non-devotee, however advanced he may be in a material qualifications by education and culture, lacks in godly qualities. As such, Arjuna, just after seeing his kinsmen, friends, and relatives on the battlefield, was at once overwhelmed by compassion for them who had so decided to fight amongst themselves. As far as his soldiers were concerned, he was sympathetic from the beginning, but he felt compassion even for the soldier of the opposite party, foreseeing their imminent death. And while he was so thinking, the limbs of the bird began to quiver and his mouth became dry. He was more or less astonished to see their fighting spirit. Practically the whole community, all blood relatives of Arjuna, had come to fight with him. This overwhelmed a kind devotee like Arjuna, although it is not mentioned here. Still, one can easily imagine that not only were Arjuna's bodily limbs quivering and his mouth drying up, but he was also crying out of compassion. Such symptoms in Arjuna were not due to weakness but to his soft-heartedness, a characteristic of a pure devotee of the Lord. It is said, therefore, यशस्ति भक्तिर भग भगवते अकिंश्च सर्वीर गुणैः तत्र समस्यते सुरः हरव अव अवक्तस्य कुतो महद गुणा मनो हृदय हृदिन सति Davato Bahi, one who has unflinching devotion for the personality of Godhead has all the good qualities of the demigods, but one who is not a devotee of the Lord has only material qualifications that are of little value. This is because he is hovering on the mental plane and is certain to be attracted by the glaring material energy. Bhagavad Gita 5.18.12. Text 29. विप विपयुश्च शरीर में रोहर शस्य जायते गांडीवं स्तवन्तस्य हस्तवातक्चैव वरिध्यते विपत्तुश्च शरीरे में रोमा हर्षस स जायते गांडीवं श्रीमते हस्तात् तक चैव परिदयते विपतः traveling of the body cha also sariri on the body me my roma harsa standing of here on end cha also jayate is taking place gandivam the bow of Arjuna Sramasate is slipping hastate from the hand. Tvak skin so also eva certainly parithyate is burning. My whole body is trembling. My hair is standing on end. My bow Gandiva is slipping from my hand, and my skin is burning. Purport. There are two kinds of traveling of the body and two kinds of strandings of the hair on end. Such phenomena occur either in a great spiritual ecstasy or out of great fear under material conditions. There is no fear in transcendental realization. Arjuna's symptoms in this situation are out of material fear, namely loss of life. This is evident from other symptoms also. He became so impatient that his famous bow Gandiva was slipping from his hands, and because his heart was burning within him, he was feeling a burning sensation of the skin. All these are due to a material concession of life. 30. न च शक्रमेव वा स्थातुं भ्रमतीव च मे मन निमित्तानि च पश्यामि विपरीतानि केशव na nar sa also saknomi. I am able asu avasthatum to stay brahmati brahmati brahmativa brahmati forgetting eva as cha and me mind mana mind nimittani causes cha also pashyami I see viparitani just the opposite Keshava O killer of the demon Kesi Krishna I am now unable to stand here any longer I am forgetting myself and my mind is reeling I see only causes of misfortune, O Krishna, killer of the Desi Kesi demon. Purport due to impatience, Arjuna was unable to stay on the battlefield and he was forgetting himself on account of this weakness of his mind. Excessive attachment for material things puts a man in such a bewildering condition of existence. Bhayam Tivitanasaya Bhayam Divitya Viniseta Sat Bhagavad Gita 11.2.37 such fearfulness and loss of mental equilibrium take place in persons who are too affected by material conditions. Arjuna envisioned only painful reverses in the battlefield. He would not be happy even by gaining victory over the foe. The words nimittani vipari- viparitani are significant when a man sees only frustration in his exceptional expectations. He thinks, why am I here? Everyone is interested in himself and his own welfare. No one is interested in the Supreme Self. Arjuna is showing ignorance of his real self interest by Krishna's will. Once is a real self interest lies in Vishnu or Krishna. The conditioned soul forgets this and therefore suffers material pains. Arjuna thought that his victory in the battle would only be a cause of lamentation for him. 31. Nacha Shreyosnu Pashyami Hatva Sadhana Mahave Nakange Vijayam Krishna Nacha Rajam Sukhani Cha Na nor Cha also Shreya good Anu Anupashyami do I foresee Hatva by killing Swava Janam own kinsman Avai Ahave in the fight Cha na nor kins Kangse do I desire Vijayam victory Krishna O Krishna nor Cha also Rajyam kingdom Sukhani happiness therefore Cha also I do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsman in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness. Purport without knowing that one's self interest is in Vishnu or Krishna, conditioned souls are attracted by body relationships, hoping to be happy in such situations. In such a blind conception of life, they forget even the causes of material happiness. Arjuna appears to have even forgotten the moral codes for a Kshatriya. It is said there are two kinds of men, namely the Krishna, namely the Kshatriya who dies on the battlefront, and the person in renounced order of life who is absolutely devoted to a spiritual culture are eligible to enter into the sun globe, which is so powerful and dazzling. Arjun is reluctant even to kill his enemies, let alone his relatives. He thinks that by killing his kinsmen there would be no happiness in his life, and therefore he is not willing to fight, just as a person who does not feel hunger or is not hunger is not inclined to cook. He has now decided to go into the forest and live a secluded life in frustration. But as Kshatriya, he requires a kingdom for his subsistence because the Kshatriya cannot engage themselves in any other occupation. But Arjuna has no kingdom. Arjuna's sole opportunity for gaining a kingdom lies in fighting with his cousins and brothers and reclaiming the kingdom inherited from his father, which does not like to do. Therefore, he considers himself fit to go to the forest to live a secluded life of frustration. Text 32 35. किम नो राज्येन गोविन्द किम भोगे भोगेर जीवितेन वा येषामर्थी काङ्गितं नो राज्य भोग सुखानि च त इमि श्वाश्रित युद्धे प्राणां त्यक्त्वाहं धनानि च आचार्य पितर पुत्रस्ता थैव च पितामह 33 मातुला श्वशुर पौत्र श्याला समन्धिनस्तथा एतान् हन्तुमिच्छामि धोतोऽपि मधुसूदन अपि त्रैलोक्यराज्यस्य हेतु किं नु मही कृते निहत्य धार्तराष्ट्रणः का प्रीति स्याज्जनार्द 35 Kim, what use na to us? Rajayana, Rajaneya is the kingdom. Govinda, O Krishna, Kim, what Bhogaya, enjoyment. Jivitena, living, but either Asam of whom, Arthe for the sake, Kanish, Kanishtamam is desired. Na by us Rajyam kingdom, Bhoga material enjoyment, Sukhani all happiness, saw also they all of them imi these avasthitaha situated yuddhe on this battlefield, pranam lives, tyaktva giving up, dhanani riches, saw also acharya teachers, pitraha fathers, putraha sons, तथा as well as eva certainly cha also pita maha grandfathers matullah maternal uncles swasurva fathers-in-law pautraha the grandsons shalah brothers-in-law swama bandhya relatives tatha as well as itan all these na never hantum to kill ichhami do I wish ganta killing api even madhu sudana o killer of the demon madhu krishna api even if trakoria of the three worlds Rajasya for the kingdom, Eto in exchanges, Kimna, what to speak of, Mahi Kriti for the sake of the earth, Nihatya by killing Dhritarashtra, the sons of Dhritarashtra, now our ka what Priti, pleasure, Shata will be there, Janardana, O maintainer of all living entities. O Govinda, O Govinda, of what avail to us are a kingdom, happiness, or even life itself, when all those for whom we may desire them are now arrayed on his battlefield? O Madhusudana, when teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, fathers in laws, grandsons, brothers in law, and other relatives are ready to give up their lives and properties and are standing before me. Why should I wish to kill them, even though they might otherwise kill me? O, o maintainer of all living entities, I am not prepared to fight with them, even in exchange for the three worlds, let alone his this earth. What pleasure will we derive from killing the sons of Dhritarashtra? Purport: Arjuna has addressed Lord Krishna as Govinda because Krishna is the object of all pleasures of for cows and the senses. By using the by using this significant word, Arjuna indicates that Krishna should understand what will satisfy Arjuna's senses. But Govinda is not meant for satisfying our senses. If we try to satisfy the senses of Govinda, however, then automatically our own senses are satisfied. Materially, everyone wants to satisfy his senses and he wants God to be the order supplier for such satisfaction. The Lord will satisfy the senses of the living entities as much as they desire, but not to the extent that they may covet. But when one takes the positive way, namely when one tries to satisfy the senses of Govinda without desiring to satisfy one's own senses, then by the grace of the Govinda, all desires of the living entities are satisfied. Arjuna's deep affection for community and family members is exhibited here partly due to his natural compassion for them. He is therefore not prepared to fight. Everyone wants to slow his opulence to friends and relatives, but Arjuna fears that all his relatives and friends will be killed on the battlefield and he will be unable to share his opulence after victory. This is a typical calculation of material life. The transcendental life, however, is different. Since a devotee wants to satisfy the desires of the Lord, he can, Lord willing, accept all kinds of opulence for the service of the Lord, and if the Lord is not willing, he should not accept a farthing. Arjuna did not want to kill his relatives, and if there were any need to kill them, he desired that Krishna will kill them personally. At this point, he did not know that Krishna had already killed them before their coming into the battlefield and that he was only to become an instrument for Krishna. This fact is disclosed in following chapters. As a natural devotee of the Lord, Arjuna did not like to retaliate against his miscreant cousins and brothers, but it was the Lord's plan that they should all be killed. The devotee of the Lord does not retaliate against the wrongdoer,
doer, but the Lord does not tolerate any mischief done to the devotee by the miscreants. The Lord can excuse a person on his own account, but he excuses no one who has done harm to his devotees. Therefore, the Lord was determined to kill the miscreants, although Arjuna wanted to excuse them. Papa meva sraye dasma dasman have toi tana tata ina tasmanarha vayam hantu dhatrashtan ta bandhavan swajanam hi katham hatva sukhina syam madhava. Papam voice eva certainly asrayet must come upon asman as hatva by killing etan all these ataniya aggressors. Tasmat therefore na nevara arha deserving Bayam we Hantum to kill Dhritarashtra, the sons of Dhritarashtra, saw Bandhanam along with friends, Swajanam, kinsmen, high certainly, Katham how Hatwa by killing Sukhani, Sukhina, happy, Swama, we will become Madhava, O Krishna, husband of the god of the for goddess of the fortune. She will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain? O Krishna, husband of goddess is a fortune, and how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen? Purport. According to Vedic injunctions, there are six kinds of aggressors: a poison giver, to one who sets fire on the house, 3. One who attacks with deadly weapons, 4. One who plunders riches, and one who occupies another's land, and 6. One who kidnaps a wife. Such aggressors are at once to be killed, and so and no sin is incurred by killing such aggressors. Such killing of aggressors is quite befitting any ordinary man, but Arjuna was not an ordinary person. He was saintly by character, and therefore he wanted to deal with them in saintliness. This kind of saintliness, however, is not for a Kshatriya, although a responsible man in the administration of a state is required to be saintly, he should not be cowardly. For example, Lord Rama was so saintly that people even now are anxious to live in the kingdom of Lord Rama Raja, but Lord Rama never showed any cowardice. Ravana was an aggressor against Rama, became Ravana, kidnapped Rama's wife Sita, but Lord Rama gave him sufficient lessons unparalleled in the history of the world. In Arjuna's case, however, one should consider the special type of aggressors, namely his own grandfather, own teacher, friends, sons, grandsons, etc. Because of them, Arjuna thought that he should not take the severe steps unnecessary against ordinary aggressors. Besides that, saintly, saintly persons are advised to forgive. Slightly, 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 slightly. Such injunctions for saintly persons are important than any political emergency. Arjuna considered that rather than kill his own kinsmen for political reasons, it would be better to forgive them on grounds of religion and saintly behavior. He did not, therefore, consider such killing profitable simply for the matter of temporary bodily happiness. After all, kingdoms and the pleasures derived therefrom are not permanent, so why should he risk his life and eternal salvation by killing his own kinsman? Arjuna's addressing of Krishna as Madhava, or the husband of the goddess for goddess of fortune, is also significant in such connection. He wanted to point out to Krishna that as the husband of the goddess of fortune, he should not induce Arjuna to take up a matter which would ultimately bring about misfortune. Krishna, however, never brings misfortune to anyone, to say nothing of his devotees. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,